Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss in detail about the input-output port. I am Dr. G. Nirmala, Associate Professor, RMD Engineering College, Chennai. So, what is actually the I/O port is how the data transfer takes place between the devices to the processor with the help of a I/O. I/O is input-output. So, in the parallel port, there are two types of port. One is called as parallel port and serial port. In the serial port, you will transfer the data only one at a time. Whereas in the parallel port, it will send and receive the data simultaneously. So a parallel port is used to send and receive the data having a group of 8 bits or 16 bits simultaneously. According to hardware and the control signal requirements, a parallel port are classified as input port used to receive the data and output port used to send the data. So receiving is for input port and output is for sending the data. So this is a schematic diagram representing keyboard and the processor interface. In the keyboard, the data in and the status in, that is a register that is available. Data input and the status for the input that is available in the input interface, and it will give to the processor. First, the keyboard switches are giving the command. What is actually the key that is pressed? That is encoded and debouncing circuit. The data is given to the status register, whether the data is valid or not. Then it is the data and the address. Data is given to the processor. Then from the interface, it is given to the processor. The processor will allocate the address. There are two types of signals. One is a read-write signal, whether you want to read the data from the keyboard and write the data to the processor. We are having in the asynchronous mode of transfer as a master ready and the slave ready. So this is a pictorial representation of the keyboard interface. It is otherwise called as parallel interface because simultaneously sending and receiving the data are taking place in case of a parallel processing. The operation, what type of operation that is given here is the printer operates under the control of the handshake signal. The handshake signal has a master and the slave ready. It is valid and idle in a manner similar to the handshake used on the bus with the master ready and the slave ready signals. Now this is actually the additional representation of a flip-flop and the devices not get a status out or status in, it may be 1 or 0 we are having. Then ready status or handshake signals we are having. So the AND gate that will transfer the read master ready signal. Then address bus is actually there are 32 bits that is used for storing the address or representing the address, that is from A0 to A31. There are 32 bits that is available. This is a in-depth representation of a I/O interface. Now next one is actually the status flag. In the status flag we are having two NOT gates. We are having the read data status in and the flip-flop registers are used for D flip-flop is used for storing the data. Then this is actually the printer. The previous diagram is the keyboard interface. This is a printer interface. So the processor will send the data to the data out. Data out and S out are the interface that is available. Data in and S in are the interfaces that is available in the input devices. To the printer, the data is given. Then there is another one called as USB, is a universal serial bus. Universal serial bus supports 3 speed of operation. They are low speed and high speed. USB is basically a newer port that is used as a common interface to connect the several types of devices such as keyboards, printers, media devices, cameras, scanners, and mouse. USB is actually used for transfer. It is like a bus only. It is one type of a bus. It is having a low speed and full speed. Now this is a pictorial representation of a PCI which has a memory slot. Then a small computer system interface is also used here, SE and SCSI. Now USB types are type A, type B, like that the data we can use any type based on the pin that is available to the bus. So in this class, we have discussed about what are the various I/O interfaces along with the USB. I/O interfaces, input interface and output interface. Input is a keyboard interface and output is a printer interface we are having. Next is what we are having is related to the parallel or serial. Serial means only one data can be transferred at a time, whereas parallel means we can simultaneously transfer the data. This is the topic that we have discussed in the USB bus also. Thank you, students.